चलिए जी शुरू करते हैं। आज का आर्टिकल है ऑल आर्ट नो डी। ठीक है, मैं पढ़ चुका हूँ, कुछ शुरू करते हैं। पहला क्वेश्चन है that is the result of the listed from version of the art of the deal. In the context of the passage art of the deal, as it is in the second paragraph, refers to art of the deal, diplomatic maneuvers that secured broad regional peace through flexible economic trade agreement, strategic bargaining tactics that unintendedly undermined alliance trust while hardening adversaries, or political negotiation methods that successfully compelled regional rivals to accept strict factions, foreign policy initiatives that established permanent security guarantees through nuclear energy partnership. मेरे को तो ये लग रहा है strategic bargaining tactics that unintentionally undermine alliance trust while hardening adversaries. ठीक है, ये नेगेटिव है पहला, और that is the result of the yeah. Which of the following was not a contributing factor in Saudi Arabia's motivation to pursue a civilian nuclear program? Not a contributing factor in Saudi Arabia's motivation to pursue a civil nuclear program. A desire for economic diversification, yeah, a commitment to international inspector compliance, a need to meet rising domestic power demands, an interest in freeing oil gas for export. ये तो है a commitment to international inspectoral compliance, ये नहीं है। पर्पस क्या है? एज अ whole to, the primary purpose of the passage as a whole uh, to describe a diplomatic reversal and question its long-term reliability, or report a nuclear negotiation and outline its probable future, ये हो सकता है। Summarize a policy shift and question its domestic significance, chronicle a nuclear deal and illustrate its unintended consequences, report a nuclear negotiation and outline its probable future. The author's tone in passage can be described as क्या है भाई? एनालिटिकल है, अलार्मिस्ट है, क्वेश्चनरी है, क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं, अलार्म कर रहे हैं, लोडेड तो है नहीं। एनालिटिकल है, एनालाइज कर रहे हैं, एनालाइज ही लग रहा है मेरे को, देख सकते हैं बाद में। विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग वर्ड्स इज द मोस्ट सिमिलर वर्ड कंटिंजेंट, यानी कि आवश्यक कर देना, एज यूज द पैसेज। तो कंटिंजेंट यानी कि डिपेंडेंट, कंटिंजेंट, डिपेंडेंट टू, कंटिंजेंट ऑन, यही होता है। ठीक है, कैन वी रीशेड्यूल द मीटिंग? आई हैव अ हेडेक, कैन वी, I take a headache, I get a headache, I have a headache, I have a headache, I get a headache, I have a headache, I have a headache, I get a headache। वेल्दी सिनोनिम क्या हो जाएगा? एफ्लुएंट। अ कैलकुलेटेड मूव टू गेन एडवांटेज, बोनसाई गैम्बिट प्रॉफिट, अ कैलकुलेटेड गेन एन एडवांटेज ग्रंट। बोनसाई, बोनसाई क्या होता है? इफ द डॉग इज अलाउ complete freedom, the dog allowed completely freedom, is allowed complete freedom. If the dog is allowed complete freedom, it can assume that any toy is acceptable. Wrongly spelled word paucity शायद गलत है, और एलेगमेटिक ठीक है, डिस्टीन ठीक है, फिलैंथ्रोपी। बाकी सोशल मीडिया इज डैश टू मार्केट प्रोडक्ट्स, इस मीडिया इज यूज्ड टू मार्केट प्रोडक्ट्स, यूज्ड टू मार्केट। What custom officials are asking for are not things that what custom officials are asking for are not things that dash their own personal titles, things that advocate their own personal. What custom officials are asking for are not things that exceed that exceed their own personal titles. She released her arguments. Slightly dash bitter oranges to remove the red color which cover their skins. Slightly, slightly grate bitter oranges. Slightly grate. We was installing wood flooring throughout our house. We was installing. We installed wood flooring throughout our house. We was installing. We was the agony. We installed wood flooring. We installs. We installs. Nega. We installed. He is a wolf in sheep clothing. I had been angry the morning, so she rubs Brahmi oil into my scalp to cool my brain. To the I had been angry हो रहा था. I had been angry bowling. I had been angry bowling. She rubs into my scalp. I had been plain, opposite, crazy, fancy, stupid. Plain है opposite का जगह stupid, fancy. Baki elevate. Epics and various holy texts should be pursued daily. They not only educate but also dash mental and spiritual well-being. Elevate synonym elevate करना uplift करना and well-being. A reading of the Ramayana, a treatise on the so many aspects recommended to the stage of life. It showcases devotion and highlight how to progress Dharma in everyday life is also uh, Damodar Dikshitar. Ramayana is a complementary the commentary on family structure and nothing much has changed since the time Perumal dash as Rama. Perumal. Nothing much has changed since the time Perumal dash as Rama. Perumal manifested manifest as Rama. As Rama. Time Perumal. The structure remains the same and manifest. The time Perumal manifests as a Rama. Since that has changed since Studian as a Rama. The structure remains the same and many challenges in the life are similar. How parents interact with one another, the conduct of a spouse, the way siblings respond to situation, and the reaction of the children to various challenges. In the and the material world, one always struggles to balance the family with the right kind of dharma. What the Ramayana imparts in unique. When Sita learns Ram was to be banished to a forest for 14 years instead of being annoyed. She insists on she insists on she insists on accompanying her husband with tremendous composure, Sonia, composure. When Lakshmana heard about the impending Vanvas, he is roused into a hot temper and dash out. Go tell him, Dasrath, he is not a father at all. To temper and dash out and bursts out and burst out and storms out, break out. Comet 10P temple, which was last visible from Earth 5.5 years ago, can now once again be spotted by observers in Bengaluru. We are still early August. Its last sign was in Derikis. The comet has already been brightening during June and July. Comet 10P temple, which was discovered in the complete the orbit around the Sun every comet 412 already brightening during June and July. The comet has already the comet has already been brightened during June and July. Been brightening during June and July. Yeah, miss. The debate over India's proposed corporate average fuel efficacy. 3. Norms comes at a crucial time for global automobile industry as a transition from internal combustion engine to electrified powertrains. The framework India adopts today will influence investment, technology choices, and energy security for decades. It also highlighted India's vulnerability to imported crude amid renewed geopolitical tensions. The Power Minister's July 13th draft notification marks the third iteration of the Cave 3 after months of industry lobbying. और पी आएगा P. Debate over India's proposed corporate average can comes at a crucial time for global automobile industry as it transitions from internal combustion engine to electrified powertrains. The framework India adopted today will influence, या फिर it also highlights the vulnerability imported to fuel oil. The debate over India's proposed corporate average fuel efficiency and outcome at a time for global industry. It also highlights India's vulnerability to import crude oil and renewed geopolitical tensions. The framework India adopted today will influence investment technology over decades. The government must further active consider the industry lobby. Also highlight the vulnerability. Then JPRO. I have a headache. I get it. Grunt. Bonsai. Bonsai तो फुलवाड़ी होती है. Target game. One. Then what custom officials are asking for are not things that dash their own personal guidance. Advocate their. Huh. What custom officials are asking for are not things that advocate their own personal guidance. Slightly dash bit of ranges to remove red color. प्लेन का क्या आएगा प्लेन है यानी कि बिल्कुल सादा है तो फैंसी है फिर स्टूपिड है क्रेज फैंसी आने से भाई प्लेन है बिल्कुल ये फैंसी है प्लेन है फैंसी है हो सकता है पता नहीं एपिक्स एंड ये क्या आना चाहिए तो जब वन लक्ष्मण ने सुना इसके बारे में तो ही roused out into a hot temper and burst out हुआ storms out burst out हुआ breaks out हुआ evil lashes out bursts out यहाँ पे देखोगे तो the Ramayana is completing the family structure and nothing has since changed since the time perpetual has changed हाँ इस टाइम वो आएगा ना टाइम burst out burst out burst हो गया slightly dash better ranges slightly great better ranges to remove red color ये कुछ ऐसा वो होगा ना ग्रेस ग्रेड ये हो सकता है पता नहीं मुझे बिल्कुल भी लेकिन ऐसा इंस्टिंक्ट बोल रहा है लेक्सिकल तो हो सकता है इंस्टिंक्ट केस तो फर्स्ट आउट फर्स्ट आउट ब्रेक्स लैसेज लैसेज पढ़ाई क्या बस लास्ट मोमेंट पे कर दिया भाई। हो जाए यार। 35, वाह। वाह बेटे वाह। करो गलत। वाह, पैसेज में दो गलत। बस्ट आउट होगा इसमें। वाह। लास्ट में चेंज करो, वाह। Primary purpose as a whole to chronicle a nuclear deal and illustrated unintended consequences. तो यार, describe a diplomatic reversal, quote a nuclear negotiation। नहीं यार, negotiation नहीं, chronicle a nuclear deal and illustrate cautionary है, potential risks caution कर के। अरे यार, एक 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 तूने चार बार लगा, सीरियसली। कॉमेट ये टिल अर्ली अगस्त। एक का दो का चार। छः। exceed, aggrandize, and are not things that aggrandize as their own personal items. As their personal items. कस्टम्स ऑफिसर जो मांग रहे हैं उनके निजी पदों को बढ़ावा देने के had they agree the whole eating. So she rub, अरे she rubs, यार इतना गंदा। She rubs, last moment change, lashes outcome of the to attack verbally or physically, burst out का मतलब होता है which means to suddenly exclaim or speak loudly by